If you want to be aesthetic, have abs, V-taper, just look amazing, but still want to be athletic, skipping rope, running, and through a handstand, we have the same goal. My name is Still. My physique went from this to this, and in this video I'll break down step by step what I do in a week and what I believe you can do to build this aesthetic/athletic body. So let's begin with the routine. We will train 5 times a week. It sounds a lot, but calm down, it will only be max 5 hours a week. And what we'll do is, we'll train in the gym 3 times a week. We will do cardio 2 times a week, and we'll stretch daily, because we need to stay flexible and have good mobility. And I like to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then to have 2 full rest days, Saturday and Sunday on the weekend. Everything I will tell you, you can just do it how you want to, place Monday then Wednesday, but this is what I found works best for me. So, on Monday, we'll begin with cardio. We'll begin more specific with HIIT. HIIT basically means high interval training. And you can do a lot of different things. You can run, you can sprint, you can cycle, you can use any type of cardio machine, but what I find is the best is cycling and sprinting. What I also recommend in my course is to begin with sprinting and then to do 5 intervals, meaning that first of all you'll do warm-up. You'll warm up 5 minutes, just run a little bit, get your heart pumping, get the blood flowing, and then for 30 seconds you're just gonna sprint everything you got for 30 seconds. You need to time it, and then you take a rest about 1 to 2 minutes. And then you do that 5 times. You repeat it 5 times. So you have 5 intervals of 30 seconds max effort. And then you do a 5-minute cool down. Run a little slowly cool down, and then stretch a little bit so you don't get stiff. This is basically HIIT. But you can do a lot of different things. Run up a hill, do biking. And one tip I have for you, which you also mentioned in my course, is that in the beginning, if you are not a runner or you do a lot of cardio, if you go for max effort in those intervals, you will often feel very dizzy, but even worse, you will feel like you need to vomit, you need to puke. And this is because when you are running or cycling and you're going max effort, all your blood is being transported to your muscles. The focus of the blood is just to bring as much oxygen to the muscles as possible. And therefore, the stomach is being neglected. And because we have something in the stomach, but there is no blood in the stomach, everything that is in the stomach needs to go out. That's why you feel like you need to puke, because there's no more blood in there, and because the blood can't take care of the stomach, you need to puke it out. So if you feel that way, just calm down, relax, and do a little less intensity. And keep that in your head for next time, and just reduce the intensity of those max effort, or just have longer rest. That's one crucial tip from me. And then we come to the gym sessions. And one thing I really praise is that you do cardio as warm-up. You always do a little bit of cardio as warm-up. And the cardio you choose according to what is going to warm up the muscles you're going to use. So for example, on Tuesday, we're going to train mostly the chest. And then you can do something that will warm up the chest or warm up the shoulders. For example, skipping. Skipping rope is excellent to warm up those shoulders. It will get the whole body warm, but it will also especially warm up the shoulders, which you're later going to use to press. So no. Every single gym day, we always do some type of cardio that is associated to the exercises we're going to do later. And the exercise we're going to have on our chest day, or better said, on just the upper body day, on Tuesday, is we're going to have one pressing movement for the chest. We're going to have one fly for the chest, something for tricep, something for bicep, and something for the rear delt. A pressing movement just means anything you use your chest to press. It could be normal bench press, it could be a chest press machine you have in the gym, it could be some type of dumbbell press, it could be a Smith machine, it doesn't matter. Just some type of press movement you like. If you want to get more of that aesthetic bodybuilding type of look, go for something incline. For example, an incline dumbbell press or something like that. Then, a sort of fly. You can use cables, you can use dumbbells, whatever you like. Tricep, doesn't really matter as well. Just choose your favorite tricep exercise. If you don't have one, just use one with the ropes. The tricep push down with the ropes always works amazing. For bicep, just do anything. For example, bicep curls with a bar, with an easy bar. Then for rear delts, there are different options out there as well. But I really like the one with doubles, so just lay down on a bench and just do them with dumbbells. Then on Wednesday, we have legs. And what we'll do on legs is, of course, number one, some type of cardio. Something that activates your left. You could do skipping again, but what I usually like to do is just to run. And also I really have this in my course as well. Running is perfect for leg day. Everything from 250 meters to max 1 kilometer, I would say, because after that you start to get a little tired. It warms up your legs, it warms your body, it's just perfect. Highly recommended. And on our leg day we'll have, of course, another pressing movements for the legs. We'll have one quad isolation, something for the posterior chain, something for the calves, and then traps. So a pressing movement could be squats, it could be some type of Bulgarian split squat, it could be some type of machine, you could use a leg press, you could use something that is pressing away from you, whatever you like. Then some type of quad isolation, my go-to favorite, and I also recommend this in my course, More to Gym. Yes, do leg extensions. Do leg extension, they're freaking amazing. If you have the possibility, do leg extensions. Then something for the posterior chain, meaning hamstrings. Do your Romanian deadlifts, they are really good. Go for the laying hamstring curl, really amazing. You can also do sitting, whatever you like more. All of those three works excellent. Then some for the calves. I just have a seated calf machine in my gym, so I use that, but you can also do standing calves with a bar on your back. And then some for traps. What I recommend is do some shrugs. Take a pair of dumbbells, do your shrugs. Now really pull them back. Feel like you need to think that you're pulling your shoulders up to your ears. Then you get really that pump, you really start burning. That's what you want to get. Then for Tuesday, we will train more of our back and shoulders. So what we'll have is something first for our back, vertical pulling. Then we'll have some sort of shoulder pressing. Then we'll have something for the horizontal pull. And then we'll have something for the tricep long head. And then something for the lateral delts, so for the sides of the shoulders. That really builds the V-taper. So for vertical pulling, you can use lat pull downs, pull-ups. There are a heck ton of different machines. I personally, and what I also always recommend if you want to be athletic, use pull-ups. It's gonna, doing things with your own body weight is just gonna build that athleticism even more. So just do something with your own body weight if you can. And pull-ups, they just are really fun, they're functional, and you can even add weight later on. So we can do weighted pull-ups later on. Then shoulder pressing, either with a barbell military press or sitting with dumbbells. Both work absolutely fine. Then some for horizontal pulling, you have a lot of different options. Pendlay rows, barbell rows, cable rows, single arm rows, single arm dumbbell rows. All of them work really great. Just choose one. And then we have some for the tricep long head. Because in all our pressing movements, we use a lot of our tricep, but the most neglected tricep part, we have 3 parts in the bicep, is the long head. And it's that one that's going to give you that long, it's going all the way from the shoulder up down to the elbow joint. So how we will train this one is with something above our head. So you see maybe in the gym when someone is doing above the head tricep extensions. And that will just put a little more stress or a little more usage of the tricep long head. So something for the tricep long head is above the head. You can use ropes, attach and go over the head. You can use a bar. And then some for the lateral delt. What I mean with this is just do lateral raises. Either with dumbbells or we're on a cable. Both are really great. I myself use dumbbells most of the time. So on Friday, the last day of the week, of our training week, we'll do some type of endurance. It could either be running, it could be biking, cycling, It could be hiking, it could be swimming, it could be some type of sport you like to do, playing soccer, playing football, playing basketball with your friends. It doesn't matter, but we want it to be a little more. You need to use some of your endurance. It should be taking a little longer time. It shouldn't just be 30 seconds of max effort. So the easiest way is just to run 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilometers, slowly build it up. And if you don't like running or any type of exercise, especially that takes a longer time, play a sport. That's the biggest hack. Play a sport. Take your friends and just play soccer for 1 hour, half an hour. Play basketball, play football, play baseball, play whatever you like. But that's really a cheat code because you're forgetting the cardio in your head. You're just focused on that goal, getting that ball, scoring. But your heart and bodies, it's fighting. And if you play for like half an hour, that'll be some good cardio session for you. And important is also that you really slowly build it up. So don't just say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna run 10 kilometers, 10 miles. It won't be very good for your muscles, for your joints. Just, if you can't run, start walking. Walk a longer distance. Try some fast walking, try power walking, northern walking. Then run 500 kilometers, then walk for 500 meters. Then walk, run. And then slowly build it up. Usually you say about 10% a week. So if you run 1 kilometer 1 week, next week you want to run 10% more. So 1,100 meters. And then next week, 10% of that more, and slowly build it up. That way you don't get injured, because injury is the biggest setback. And the number one, like I said, is that we want to focus on longevity and consistency. We want to stay consistent, and we wanted to see in the future. We want to do this for the rest of our lives. This is why we only train in the gym 3 times a week. This is why I don't do more than 6 exercises in one training. And this is why I don't want it to be more than 5 hours a week. Because things will get in and out of our life. We will get busy. We will have other things to do. But training should just be a part of life. It should complement our lives, not consume it. And if you can just put in 5 hours a week for training, for stretching, for cardio, you will not just feel amazing, you will look amazing, and it will benefit your life a lot. And then we're also going to talk about stretching. Like I said stretching we will do daily. And what we will do is, let me check my, here we have it. Like I said, stretch daily. And I say if you stretch about 10 minutes daily, you will have a lot better flexibility, and 10 minutes is more than enough to stretch the whole freaking body. And because we train, it's very easy for us to, get some bad habits in training, which will strain this one a little bit, and we'll pull this one together. We have muscle imbalances, meaning we will have lean more forward, meaning bad posture. But if you stretch every single day, you won't just be able to have better posture, but it will make it a lot easier to have good form when training. And when you have better form in training, you can push better, do more weight, meaning it will be more effective. So, stretch we will do is, we will try to basically stretch the whole body, meaning we will stretch our shoulders, we will stretch our tricep, our bicep, our upper back. But things that I had a lot of problems with was hip. So do some hip hinges, do some lunge stretches. Those are really amazing. Do something for your lower back. You just have your arms up here and then just stretch all the way down. See if I can find a clip of it. And then we'll also stretch our chest, of course. Just put the door frame, put your arms beside it, and just lean in. That will stretch your chest incredibly good. And just try to stretch your whole body. And I had some problem being consistent with it until I just started stretching right after I came out of bed. So I just wake up, I put on a pair of clothes, put some clothes on, and then you just have your routine of which stretches you do, and you just do it right after bed. Nothing else. No one is texting you. Your mother is not calling you to do something. Your girlfriend is not disturbing you. No, you just wake up and you freaking do it. Then that's out of the way, and you're ready for an amazing day. So we're also going to talk about the diet, and it's very simple. If you're skinny or skinny fat, you should do a light bulk, meaning you should eat a couple calories above your maintenance. A couple means like 300 to 500 calories max above your maintenance every single day. And how do you count out your maintenance? You go to a website called calculator.net. You go on that website, go to Google, search it, and then you see calorie calculator. You click on it, type in your height, weight, everything, activity level, and then it will count out your base level, your maintenance. And if you're fat, you can do just stay at maintenance, or you can just even do a light bulk, just eat a couple hundred calories above. But if you're really fat, you have a lot of excess fat, you're really obese, go for a cut, meaning that you eat less than maintenance, a couple hundred calories, just maybe 250 to 500 max every single day. Or you can even stay on maintenance and see how the muscle will take over. It's your choice. But don't cut too harsh and don't bulk too much. It will just harm your body and you will just look like shit. And you will not be more athletic of that. And then one tip I also have from my course, More to Gym, is that you track your calories. So first of all, you calculate out, and then most people, they have like this standard diet. They eat the same breakfast, then they have the same lunch, and they have this and this. If you have sort of that, you can just track your calories for a couple of days. Because then okay, my breakfast that I basically eat every single day has about 500 calories. If I want to gain weight, maybe I should up it and make it 800 calories instead. Just a couple of days, like 3 days max. And then you will start to get an understanding of how calories work and how many calories is in there and how many isn't there. Because like I said, I don't want fitness to consume our life. What I instead recommend is that you just eat good foods. You eat whole foods that are good, that are not processed, and then you basically eat as much of those foods as you want. This is what I do, and its consistency is amazing and longevity is also amazing. It's just a secret hack. So you just need to focus on buying good foods. Most people aren't fat because they eat as much as they want. They are fat because they're eating the wrong foods as much as they want of those wrong foods. Meaning they eat a lot of crisps and chips, and then they eat some burgers, and then they eat some freaking shake, and then some soda and some sauces. No. Next time you go grocery shopping, next time you put something into your body, it needs to be healthy. Cut out all the shit food, it shouldn't be processed, and just eat whole foods. Make things yourself. This will not just change your physique and athleticism, it will change your entire life. Because you will get better skin, you will feel better, you will get better clarity. It's amazing what it does. It will up your test by a lot, meaning you will just feel a lot better, be more motivated, higher libido. Everything is amazing. And here are some superfoods I took out of my course, More to Gym. We have dark chocolate, above 75% cocoa, has a lot of antioxidants in it, which increases circulation a lot. And it blocks out a lot of these bad things. Then, raw honey. But we want honey that isn't processed, that is untreated with a lot of these chemicals and sugars and all this different shit. We don't want that. Because if you eat raw honey, it will enhance your immune functions by a lot. And it has good sugars in it, gives you a lot of energy, and it enhances your immune functions. Then we have organ meats, for example, liver, kidney, heart. These are basically superfoods because they're so nutrient dense. They have so much nutrients inside of them, so many vitamins, so many nutrients. It's just nutrient rich. It's incredible. It's basically like a test increaser. If you eat a lot of livers and kidneys and just organ meats, you'll have all the vitamins you ever need. Then we have fatty fish. That's a classic, omega-3, everyone knows that. And then we have avocados. Those are really, I think they taste amazing, and they have a lot of healthy fats that make it a lot better for the testosterone production. Meaning, if you eat a lot of avocados, it basically just converts right over to testosterone. You just get better testosterone if you eat more avocados. Example, if you eat a lot of seed oils are very bad. A lot of processed butter and so on. Yes, do like a avocado spread. Do like a guacamole. You just put it on your bread instead, and you will first of all cut out seed oils, which is basically amazing. But you will add it with a healthy fat instead that makes you produce more testosterone. It's freaking amazing and will keep you lean. Let's go. Alright, so now we have figured out the diet. Let's check out the training philosophy. So we always basically train to failure. What I mean with failure is we train as hard as we possibly can. But there are exceptions. On our compound lifts, often the lifts we have first up in the program. For example, pressing movements, chest, legs, we have shoulder pressing. There we don't want to go to absolute failure, because there often we have more sets. We have like 3 sets in there, and we don't want to destroy the sets after that. Because if you go to absolute failure in the first set, your body will use so much of its energy, and your body will use a lot of its energy, and your muscle will be so fatigued after going to absolute failure, you know, like failing a rep, that the sets after that will be completely shit. Basically, you lose so much strength in the first set to absolute failure that it basically is not even worth doing another set, because you will just perform a lot worse. So instead, we will work with about 2 to 1 rep in reserve, meaning that when you're doing a set, when you have finished that set, you think you could have done about 1 or 2 reps more about 1 rep. That way we ensure ourselves that we don't push us too much, that the other 2 sets we have will be destroyed. And instead, we will be stronger next week, and we'll be able to push that rep out again. But then, on the isolation work, meaning the smaller muscle groups like tricep, bicep, the quad isolations, the posterior chain, we just go all out. Often, I just do a few sets there, and you can just go all out. It doesn't matter. They will be fatigued anyway. So you just pop it out everything you have into those sets to true failure. And then also one thing to really remember, if you have never been to the gym before, is form is always first. If you've never done a particular exercise before and you want to try it for the first time, the thing you do automatically is you go into YouTube, search that exercise, and then the form after it. For example, bench press, form. Then you watch that video, and then you go straight to the bench press, and you try to implement everything the person said in that video. Very simple. And then for 1 to 2 sessions, you just do the bench press, try to figure out the form with low intensity. Don't train to failure when you're figuring out a form. And when you're done with that, you start to feel more comfortable, then you up the intensity, and then you're ready to train to failure. Otherwise, you will just hurt yourself, and like I said, injury is the biggest setback. If you feel pain while doing something, which can happen, especially in the beginning when you get newbie gains, because your muscles grow a lot more than your tendons do, slow it down a little bit. Figure out why. Is it because I'm doing the wrong form? Is it because I've injured a muscle? Is it a joint, a tendon? Slow down, figure it out why. Is it maybe because I'm recovering so bad? I'm sleeping like 2 hours a night. Is it because I have a really bad diet? Is it because I overtrain? Think about these things, and then when you're done it, figure it out and fix it. So this was the whole freaking routine. This is everything I freaking basically know. And thank you very much for watching. But if you want to get even faster results, you want to see exactly which exercises I do, if you want to have help with the form of the exercise you should do, and if you just want to be inside of a community that has the same goal as you, check out the first link in the description from my community. More to Gym. See you around.